5 years ago, I did a video covering what I thought were the top 10 best abilities in Bloons TD6. And boy was I wrong. So in this video, I chose Wizard Phoenix, Pop It Off, Spike Storm, Balloon Sabotage, Glue Strike, Homeland Defense. I put Plasma Monkey Fan Club at number 4 best ability. For number 2, I put Sarbomba. And for the best ability in the entire game, I did Ultra Boost. Wow, okay, that was 5 years ago. Bloons changed a lot since then. And so today, we're gonna revisit this, my friends. And I'm gonna give you an updated top 10 best abilities in Bloons TD6 for real. So here's the criteria. 1, it has to be an activatable ability that appears in your screen that you can click on in order for something to happen. So Legend of the Night, special abilities, Bomb Blitz, things like that, they're out of the picture. Second, it can only be a single ability and not a tower itself. For example, I can't pick Special Poperations because there's 3 individual abilities in it. I could pick one of those 3 abilities to put it into the list, but not a tower as a whole. Therefore, a lot of really powerful combinations of towers are going to be thrown out. For example, Striker Jones, who you need all 3 of his abilities working simultaneously to have really good results. I'm focusing specifically on one ability that is able to shine and do its thing. Starting out at number 10, we have the newest tower's ability, Pop Sidon. Pop Sidon has an absolutely insane ability in which he freezes the whole map and then unleashes a complete and devastating barrage of projectiles. Normally, this tower isn't all that strong with the ability as it can't pop white or zebra balloons. However, when applied a couple of buffs, this tower really shines. One of the unique thing about Pop Sidon's ability is it's actually affected from external buffs such as Village, Alchemist, and of course Engineer, allowing him to be even stronger and more deadly when it comes to balloons. As you can see, he wasn't able to really beat all 99 of these, but now he becomes an absolute menace with his balloons. Look how crazy this is. Look at how absolutely devastating this is. What if we do it versus like Moabs or even ZoMGs? Send out like an army of ZoMGs. I mean, him on himself is just kind of going crazy, right? But use the ability and he is easily wiping out a ton of balloons with ease. Look at all this damage. Holy cow, he's lagging the game. He's already over 1 million pops. That's crazy. But the reason we're keeping this at top 10 is you need a lot to get it started. You need to be able to have buffs for it. You need a lot to make it like kind of happen. And there's a lot of other abilities that do things a little bit better, but it's still really awesome and really powerful if you have the time to get it set up and can definitely carry you through a lot of games. Next up, number 9, we've got Ultra Boost. Originally, I had Ultra Boost as the best ability in the game, and that might have been true 5 years ago, but of course, there's a lot of things that have come to take its place. Now this is number 9 on the list, though. I wouldn't worry because this ability is still absolutely insane in the right settings. Ultra Boost is one of the most expensive ability-based upgrades in the game, costing $77,000. When you Ultra Boost a tower, it allows it to attack much faster for a shorter period of time and then gives it a stack of Ultra Boost, which can be stacked up to 10 times, allowing you to, if you have the time, to Ultra Boost all of your towers, making them absolutely devastating. One of the downsides to this, of course, is it's a single-use tower, meaning it doesn't affect every tower in the game, and you have to individually click on a tower and use the ability 10 times to get the full duration and the full effect of it. So it's great if you want to have one tower be an absolute god and destroy everything, but other than that, it comes lackluster if you have a lot of other towers. But unlike other support-based abilities, the Ultra Boost can also help you earn money and increase the radius of a village. When you Ultra Boost a banana farm, it actually increases the amount of money you make and gives it even more. So every time you Ultra Boost it, it actually increases the amount of money you make. So if you want to make a ton of money, Ultra Boosting farms is also a great option. Not only that, but every time you Ultra Boost a village, it actually increases the range just a little bit, allowing you to get some pretty egregious village ranges, especially if you're going bottom path and want to absorb a ton of banana farms. Overall, the Ultra Boost is an amazing ability for super niche uses, and if you know how to utilize it, I would put it more on a difficult scale because it takes a little bit of time to use and you have to have a strategy that utilizes it. Requires a lot of micro and forethought going into it. It's not an ability where you can just like push it and win. Don't get me wrong, if you know how to use this ability, it is mwah. Right, number 8, we have Homeland Defense, the god of all support abilities. Homeland Defense is absolutely crazy. It increases the attack speed and pops by 100% for 20 seconds to all towers on screen. You know how we were just talking about Ultra Boost and it's really good for just one tower attacking really fast? Well, imagine doubling the attack speed of a tower and doubling their damage for a short period of time. This tower is absolutely crazy and is a staple for being able to have an ability on. There's not much else to say. It's just raw damage and firepower. It doesn't do a lot on its own, and it requires other towers to be able to take full effect of this, so you're not going to be winning a game with just this. In fact, you're not going to pop a single balloon using just this tower, but when you pair it with the right towers, such as, well, literally any tower in the game, because who doesn't benefit from 100% attack speed and 100% bonus pops? I don't know. This tower's crazy. This tower's amazing. This ability is super awesome. Next up at number 7 is the Crucible of Steel and Flame, the newest Paragon. The tack shooter comes with 2 abilities. One ability that is a little mini nuke that kind of destroys most balloons on screen. And then, of course, the beautiful ability that allows you to pretty much shred anything that comes into radius. Now, it might not be the best and strongest ability, but it has a lot of uptime. It increases the range and just destroys everything. Look at it go. Look at this. 2 million pops. Holy cow. And look at this. You can pretty much just always have it up. Like, you can always be using it. It has a really high uptime, allowing you to constantly have it in use, allowing this tack shooter Paragon to really shine in specific maps, already at 10 million pops. One of the downsides to this, though, is it can't hit camo balloons without the help of the Ninja Paragon, giving it camo detection. So DDTs, BADs, and things like that, mainly just DDTs. It can't deal with them, which is kind of devastating overall. It probably would be higher up on the list, but it's a really nice and solid ability, and just a nice touch to be able to have on it. Coming in at number 6 is no other than Azili's Moab Hex. This might be one of the strongest hero abilities in the entire game. This ability allows you to take down fortified BADs at pretty much any round in the game. The way it works is it always does a percentage base damage to a balloon, so the only way a fortified BAD is going to get through is depending on how fast it is. So, for example, at round 1, if we send a fortified BAD and we use Moab Hex, it's slowly going to do some damage, chip away, until it absolutely gets destroyed, leaving nothing, no remains, no children, balloon. Just like that, a fortified BAD gone. But what's even better is that this ability infinitely scales. Doesn't matter what round you're at. We can literally, what's the highest round we can go to? Round 600, right? We go to round 600 and we use this ability and it should be able to pop it. Now look at her pops. 25 million, 30 million, boom, 73 million pops with one ability. This is, the tack shooter only got like 20 million, 73 million pops with a single ability, allowing you to take out fortified BADs. Now, the reason this isn't higher up on the list is it has a long downtime. It can only affect one balloon at a time, and there's some other towers that do things a little bit better. But for only having to spend like, what, $600 to buy Azili at the start, and having this is probably why Azili is one of the best late game heroes in the entire game. Do you like explosions? Because I certainly do. And coming in at number 5 is the Nautic Siege Corps' nuke ability, Final Strike, in which he shoots out a giant nuke, 3 of them to be precise, and devastates all the balloons. Now, this takes up a little bit of time. It's a 15-second windup in which the tower can't actually do anything, but once the ability comes out, it absolutely annihilates the balloons. So, for example, we send this, and then we do this. Obviously, look, it's a really, really long cooldown. So you're going to need other balloons around to be able to help out. Sends out the big thing of nukes, and then here it comes. Boom! and then just destroys, leaving radioactive substance and tar all along the track, allowing him to clean up a ton of balloons. If I was to list abilities based on how cool they look, this would probably be number 1 or number 2. It looks so cool. It's absolutely awesome. You get the cool countdown. Brr, brr, brr. The nukes go up, coming down, destroying the balloons. I think this ability just looks awesome. Problem is, your Paragon is now out for the count for 15 seconds as it charges this up. Is that really worth it? I don't know. It's really fun to use, and in the right instance can do tons of damage to boss balloons, take out some pesky things, but you're gonna need something to back him up. Coming in at number 4 is Navar of the Seas. This little ability is absolutely wonderful. What makes this ability so good is its relatively short cooldown, and of course the ability to actually instantly take out the fortified BAD, whereas Azili needs a certain set of time. This can actually just rope it in and boom, it's absolutely done for. So this is just a better Azili overall. Granted, this costs hundreds of thousands of dollars more, but in terms of just base ability, it definitely is better than Azili. Simple, clean, pull in a fortified BAD, move on with your day. What's next? Number 3, baby, Goliath Doomship. These little rockets that you can drop on top of balloons' heads is devastating. It destroys boss balloons. It's absolutely amazing. It doesn't take the tower off cooldown, but of course, it comes with the most expensive tower in the entire game, the Goliath Doomship Paragon, but for good reason. Mainly because this thing is an absolute G. I mean, look, the tower itself is so strong that I have to send out waves of fortified BADs before I can even use the ability. That's just how crazy this thing is in general. So this thing shines on its own. It doesn't really need an ability, but when things get a little bit hairy, you can actually target where you want the ability to strike. So you can draw a line saying, I want it to attack here and here. So we can go ahead and be like, I want it to attack this line of fortified B8. It's getting so laggy. Oh gosh, this fortified line. So we're at 35 million pops. Okay, 37 million pops once it goes and lands, and now boom, and now it jumped. Oh my gosh, oh, it's still going. 125 million pops on all of those, does a ton of damage, is really, really good. But of course, it is the most expensive ability in the game in order to get, so that's kind of what you would expect. But there's still 2 more abilities that I think are better than the Goliath Doomship. Coming up at number 2 is the Wizard Paragon's Arcane Metamorphosis. This ability, friends, is crazy. A super long cooldown, but that's absolutely okay. Now, the Wizard Paragon has 2 abilities, Arcane Metamorphosis and Phoenix Explosion. Phoenix Explosion, the Phoenix disappears and summons a whole bunch of zombies, OMGs, and other things to spawn. Pretty good, but not nearly as amazing of this ray of destruction going up against balloons. I mean, look at this. We're gonna send 999 fortified BADs. And once you use Arcane Metamorphosis, it will drain this bar, allowing him to go crazy. So it's already doing quite a bit, but Arcane Metamorphosis, look at this. Oh my gosh, it just melts these. Look at this. 27, 32 million pops, 37. Holy cow, it makes quick work of them. This ability is absolutely gnarly and just mwah. But we still have one ability that is better than all of the abilities previously listed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the number 1 best ability in the entire game is Psy. Let's just talk about Psionic Scream. This ability right here. When Psy hits level 20, Psionic Scream holds and damages all balloons on screen. Psy can now target DDTs and ZOMGs. This ability is busted. This ability has infinite potential and will always do crazy damage. There's only one downside to this ability, is that it cannot affect a BAD. That's the only downside that this ability has, and other than that, is absolutely crazy. this tower can do the most damage in like a single attack there is. So for example, let's do fortified OMGs, okay? So we're gonna send out, look at this, we're gonna send out a ton of fortified OMGs, okay? Here we go, fortified, I'm gonna send, oh look at this, round 999, fortified OMGs, boop! And now we just use the amazing ability, and now let's see how many pops Sai gets. After, it might take a little bit of time. It might take a little bit of time. But for a single hero, not even a Paragon, nothing like that. Literally just a hero that you can put down for like $1,000 at the start of the game, okay? With a single ability, got 106 billion pops. 106 billion pops. This tower is amazing. You just use this ability and anything that's not a BAD gets instantly wiped out, giving you a ton of space, a ton of room. It's just a beautiful ability. Use it. Number one. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. What is your favorite ability? Comment down below, and I'll see you guys later.